ultimate.
Well, maybe
it did take a lot of damage from 4D2.
It's the echo from the Rek'Sai gank that we saw about a minute earlier that did take the pressure away from... Ooh, and bot lane. Tower goes down, first one of the game.
Yeah, seeing a Soul Shackles coming out does lock up Blue Eyes White Kids. Already one kill going in favor of Huddy-san, so Ostrich should be able to pick up the second kill right there. It's 5 more kills in favor of Belinda Boys, but that's not over yet. Hectox has found Blue Brownies in the jungle, has got the passive up onto it. We'll be able to walk away though, but Gopher is here. He's got the Tibbers. He used it on Hectox. There's the Ignite as well, but Briggs coming in to assist his teammate. Gopher's taking a longer spear. No, a great flash to avoid that. And a very well placed fight in favor of Legacy of Alpha, and Ostrich scaring away with that culling.
It's also both summoners down for Annie, and Legacy of Elford decides it's time to get a dragon. I definitely agree with that. Annie's got nothing up. Well, she's got Tibbers, but she doesn't have the flash, she doesn't have the ignite, she's very low health. Vi also taken low in the jungle in that exchange. So definitely a good call to pick up that dragon. Pretty much free. Still see the gold lead slightly in favor of Belina Boys, but dragon advantage now for Legacy of Elford here. And especially for that Nidalee having Annie's summoner spells. Ooh.
Yeah, Blue Brownies has been caught up by clearing one of those wards, takes the Dark Binding and a free kill. 5-5 even kills for both teams though. Gold is even, but it is that one stack and Tau, that's in the favor of Legacy of Alpha.
All it takes is just a minute. I mean, a minute ago it was what was it, 1-4, and now it's all tied up at 5-5. Just that exchange in the jungle is basically changing everything in this game at the moment. You couldn't really ask for a more even game at the moment. Just all exactly even on gold. The only discrepancy is the dragon. And of course, the biggest threat on Belina Boys being the Fed Annie. No flash available and pushing up this mid lane. Maybe time to gank her. I would say if you are going to try and shut down this Annie, this is the time to do it.
They have to be very careful. I mean, granted, without the Deathfire Grasp, Annie's instant blow-up ability has been, well, reduced quite significantly, but it still has that AoE nuking ability right there and has to be very careful. Especially if it goes to something like a Void Stuff as second item to negate any form of resistances that could be built.
Yeah, it's a very good point. I mean, he has got the early death cap. So far, looking at the side of Legacy of Elford, there isn't a target that that Annie couldn't kill in a combo at the moment. There is no MR really being built up yet, but I definitely agree with picking up a Void Stuff early, because, I mean, they're going to have to start building magic resist, or this Annie's just going to be able to kill all of them. Still, this bot lane is snowballing incredibly hard for Legacy of Elford.
Oh, here comes the gank in that ball, and Blue Brownies went straight up to Austria. The Soul Shackles is on. There is a Soul in the battery too. Blue Brownies forced to flash away though. They are backing up. Unfortunately, camera has set its sights up into that top lane, back onto the bot lane. Hector gets locked up from Tibbers. He's gonna fall momentarily. There's the ultimate. No, he walks away safe and sound with the heal coming out from Ostrich too. No one dies. Lots have been used. Huddy-san has to be careful though. And, well, nothing's been done just yet. Even Brinks is getting away safe and sound. Or is he? Tibbers is on, Chase is on, the shield is up for the movement speed. No, they're all going to back away safe and sound.
Brinks definitely, I think maybe forgot that there wasn't a turret there.
Oh, in the top lane. Turdhead went deep, he went hard. Takes a 1-for-1 exchange. Doesn't come out ahead though. He's still behind in that CS in that top lane though. And Triforce has been completed by 42 now. Big item buy for it.
Yeah, huge item buy for the Aurelia. You really don't want to be diving if it's going to result in a one-for-one on Jace v Aurelia, especially seeing as Aurelia's already up in the farm. She's got those boots now. She's got that Triforce. If she starts roaming, she's a serious threat. She can, yeah. She's going to be able to push turrets. She's going to be able to help win those team fights. They need to bring that Aurelia out of the top lane and try and win some skirmishes with her.
The Legacy of Alpha having an advantage both ADC and the top lane, both getting the first big item in comparison to their counterpart and having that CS lead. The only one letting them down though is in that mid lane, Hectox on that Nidalee. In comparison, Gopher playing Annie is doing quite a lot of damage. 146 CS to 88 right now.
He looks like he's Hectox is definitely going to be picking up the Lichbane first. interesting first choice, I think, but there is a Blasting Wand in there, so not necessarily going to be that Lich Bane coming out first, but seeing as he's got the Wisp and the Sheen, that's probably what I'd be expecting to see out of him first. It will give him huge burst and, yeah, really good poke, you know, obviously with a spear and then an auto attack, but he just can't get near Annie. That's his problem at the moment. I would probably suggest building an Abyssal versing the Annie. I mean, you need to really, as soon as Annie's flash is up, as soon as Annie's Tibber is up, you're dead as this Nidalee. And that flash is going to be coming up very soon for Annie as well, as they roam down to the bot lane.
Dragon is spawning up in a minute and 20, so that's going to be the next site as an objective for both teams. Turtle has to be quite careful, has been pinged up by 42. Will use the acceleration gate to walk out safe and sound though. But Flash is up for Annie, so is a Tibbers, even a Stolen Battery up for Blue and Brownies. They could look for some pick and engage, or they might be looking for them since Blue Eyes hit by Dark Binding. But Legacy of Alpha just backing away.
They're definitely trying to get some vision around the dragon here, clearing out the enemy wards, sort of rotating around, and everybody on the map is now centered around this dragon, as it is going to be coming up in 40 seconds, so not too soon, but definitely the right time to try and get some vision, try and get some wards down, and deny your enemy as much vision as you can. Look for picks with Morgana, and obviously just try and catch them out when they're warding, and then once you've got a kill, then you also get a free dragon off the back of that, so definitely good play here.
Brinks' Void Rush is up as well, so is a teleport for 4D2, so they can utilize some split push to work it out and then teleport in Huddy-san. Force use a Black Shield. Death Sentence did come out though, doesn't land, and everyone now just dancing around the dragon. It is up in 10 seconds. All ultimates are up. Most of the Summoner Flash is up as well though. So see which team has got the advantage right now. So far it is Legacy of Alford with the brute pressure, but the poke from Turdhead does do quite a lot of damage, even though he has a Manamune and Brutalizer.
Also the poke from Hectox coming out here. It's the Jace versus Nidalee poke game before the dragon and the team fight starts. It will pretty much determine the outcome. Right now, as you say, Turdhead has got two of the people on the Lucian especially is sitting below half health, and they feel like maybe they can't contest anymore with the low health bars.
Oh, Blue Eyes Hiwaki gets hit by the Dark Binding. He falls down already. It's going to take Belina Boys to get away from the Dragon. That's already one down. Dragon's below half health though, but it looks like Legacy of Alpha decides to back away. They're not going to contest it.
It's a very awkward dance around the dragon at the moment. Maybe it is best to just back off for both teams, although if do they have vision? Do Belina Boys have vision on the Nidalee and the Rek'Sai? No, they don't, so they wouldn't know, because if they knew that the Rek'Sai was recalling out of there, there's still 4 of them in the mid lane. They could have just gone and picked up that dragon. But everyone's sort of returning back to lanes, trying to clear them out.
If anything, the Void Rush plus the teleport for 42 could have easily just joined in the fight if anything did occur right there. So it wasn't that big of a Rek'Sai's backing, but it's like just a weird dance. Only get 1 kill, don't really get anything out of it instead though. 6-7 other kills, 29 to 27, 28 is the gold, only 1k difference. But the big one is that tower differentiation, 3 to 1 right now, objectives going in favor of Belina Boys.
And especially, we'll see if they can pick up this dragon. It would definitely be good. They need to get this. They need to start stacking the dragon buffs away. More importantly, they need to be taking them away from Legacy of L4 here, because obviously, if they stack up enough, then it's basically GG from dragons.
What the stack?
Of course, Legacy of L4 do pick up the crab. That's the thing. Now they've picked up the crab, it's going to be incredibly hard for Belina Boys to try and get in there and get rid of that vision, because you cannot get rid of that crab. So we'll see if they decide to just wait it out, or... But they are standing on a ward that just expired.
Gopher has been taking a lot of nasty execution from Hectox. Doing a lot of damage, just Gopher going down, and now here come the Legacy of Alford. They set their sights up for Funeral Parlor. Briggs coming in, Hectox chasing up, forcing the flash away, but the chase is still on Hectox. Wants blood, he's got one, can he get 2? He's onto Blue Brownies. The Spirit comes up, yes he lands! Now it's up to Turner, taking on the Huddy-san. He gets locked up from the Soul Shackles. He's done, he's exhausted. Ostrich picks up the kill there. He's on a rampage. 401 is at ADC. 610 got themselves the kills, and that's going to be a free second stack dragon.
And
just like that, instant 3 for 1. The Nidalee catching out the Annie, maybe a little bit out of position at the front. Oh, Rocket doesn't quite steal it. It is secured by Nidalee. Very weird exchange at the top lane.
Turret does stay up though.
The turret does stay
Let's
up.
keep the turret. He's got the turret's back. He's got it. Turret shield me, I protect you. Works well. It's a two-way relationship, right? But it was a fantastic play from Hectox. Lands a spear, then goes straight into a Cougar form. That was the Lich Bane also. He had that Lich Bane bought and went into that fight. The execution, the amount of damage from 100 to 0 that Hectox can do on that Nidalee is just absurd. Once he goes back into that Cougar form, he pounces right onto the top.
He knew his damage as well. That's what was so impressive about the play. He knew his damage. If he didn't kill the Nidalee in that pounce swipe combo, then he was dead, because Annie's going to obviously stun him and the rest of the team there. But he knew that Annie's out of position. I've landed a spear and I've got the Lich Bane, so I can get this kill for my team. And it was really good play. Him just catching Annie out and starting that whole fight off on this Nidalee, despite being behind in farms and kills at the time. It was really good play.
Infinite Edge finally being purchased by Funeral Parlor. Well. Yeah, absolutely, but the CS discrepancy is still big. It's even bigger between the two ADCs. We're just looking at the item differences as well. Static, i.e. Berserker Greaves, against simply just an Infinity Edge and a Zeal Avaricii Blade. So already Ostrich having that advantage over Funeral Parlor could be alarms or red flags that Belina boys have to take care of.
Oh, they've caught out Annie.
Oh no, go for it.
No.
Just turns around.
Annie instant
He picks up. He does get a double kill. In fact, now Blue Brown picks up the third kill in that exchange. Turns out to 42, but he's gonna fall though. So that's a 3 for 2 exchange in favor of Belina boys. But go far. The AoE burst damage from that Tib is just absurd.
And that's just the power of the early Death Cap Void stuff on that Annie. I mean, if they do end up getting a team fight where Legacy of Elford's members are clumped up, that Annie is going to do serious work. The flash Tibbers into the Incinerate W. It's very scary, and there's still no MR at all on the side of Legacy of Elford, which is strange. I'd sort of expect to see maybe a Locket pickup, but Morgana looks like rushing for the Hourglass. Not necessarily a bad choice, but this Annie is definitely going to do a lot of damage if there's no MR on this team.
It's interesting to see that Rek'Sai went for a Ravenous Hydra over getting something like a Locket for the team into such a fed Annie.
Maybe he felt like the work that he did early was enough and wanted to snowball the game by himself, or try and get these early sort of invades or something in, but at the moment, I mean, 0-2 and 3, he really does need to start getting tanky, otherwise he's just going to get obliterated by Annie as well.
Well, we are seeing now the pushing up into that mid lane, like we're going to go and say about that though. So shoving out that lane, Ostrich doing quite a lot. The spears do hurt. Has got that needlessly large rod for himself. Probably looking for a Rabadon's Death Cap as a second buy with the blasting one. But now we're seeing they're all grouping up into that mid lane. The culling coming out. The wave clear is quite well. The spear is coming out from Hectox. But there's a Dark Bunny. Gopher, can they get the snipe on him? No, Hectox walks into a jumping effect. Tibbers comes out. That's a double stun for him. In behind, so is Blue Brownies as well as Turdhead. They're getting Ostrich is forced to ignite. He will fall. It's a shutdown gold. 42 picks up another as well, but this is not looking good for Legacy of Alford. Hectox has to be careful. Yes, he does. No.
Oh.
He nearly gets execution, but he falls. Briggs once again onto Gopher, gets the smite on. He gets stunned up, and this is doing a lot of damage. A fantastic death sentence on Blue Eyes. And what seemed to be a 3 for 2 exchange is now an ace in favor of Belina boys.
Oh my god, an absolutely crazy fight there. People getting caught out left, right, and center. And definitely some huge hero dives, especially from Aurelia. I mean, Federelia is scary, but diving 4 people under a turret by yourself is maybe a little bit too ambitious at the moment. And they do push up the mid. Belina boys can get another turret for themselves.
Props to Turdhead for coming in the back in that fight and just really cutting off all ways of exit, really scattering the enemy team. Very nice play there.